All right. How we doing? Celestial rising, great afternoon. I want to say good and great at the same time. But this story time, I was just talking to myself before I went live because, of course, if you're going to make videos, you got to prepare always. But this story time is, this is not really to talk about me or get personal on the internet. But of course, I'm personally lying on the internet by saying that to you. But I'm sharing an experience because once you understand how deceitful consciousness is. Oh, this seat wet as a motherfucker. Damn. This seat wet. Sorry though. But yeah, before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more divine messages. And of course, today, even every single day, I'm becoming more aware of myself. And I'm gonna make mistakes. The thing is, too, I'm getting better. Definitely trying to get my skin better as well. So I've been eating a bunch of unhealthy products, and it's a reflection of what my ego wants to perceive as healthy, but I know it's not healthy for me. But of course, if I'm going to take care of there we go, that's the saying. My body's not a trash can. So it's like, anyways, this story time is literally dedicated to Papa John's, for one. And the thing is too, y'all make y'all money, do whatever y'all gotta do. But Papa John's is the reason why I'm making this story time. And the thing is, I want this to help somebody know what's in our food. Now, let's get this started. Make sure my hair is straight and all that too. What just touched me? All right, doesn't matter. So, this was last year. I want to say this was last year. And it wasn't traumatic, but it was like, those experiences to where you can never forget. Also, I took 5 downloads. People have a negative connotation on psychedelics, but psychedelics are like medicine to a bunch of healers. They will be able to help you heal your subconscious thoughts. They'll be able to heal the ego outside of its own healing. You'll be able to be aware of anything and everything because you are anything and everything outside of self. Now, when I had Papa John's this day, me and my family were going to Miami. And this was for Thanksgiving, by the way. So I took 5 downloads. And I was watching the Biggie Smalls movie, so Notorious. I remember this shit clearly. Like, I'm actually living in it right now. So, because I was having a past experience. But currently, I'm vividly watching myself go through this. So when I took those 5 downloads, for one, the only person I told was my sibling, my little brother. Well, he's not little, but yeah, my brother. So my brother understands that. But anyways, when I took them, I was already out of my body. On top of that, I already ate Papa John's, so I think I had cheese pizza, but I had the cheese sticks on top of that. I should have known better. When I did that, it digested. And then I woke up early to take the downloads because I wanted to understand what it felt like to be out of my body on a plane. I wanted to see above the plane of this dimension as I'm flying from Georgia or Atlanta to Miami. Once this happened, I'm already in a higher elevation of consciousness. So let's fast forward. So I'm watching the Biggie Smalls movie or whatever. And it was so bad. Like, the movie's not bad, but there was a part in the movie to where Biggie's son and Angela Bassett and one of the actors, they were in a room. One of them forgot the lines, but they didn't make it noticeable. But I was just out of my body when I was watching, like, oh, they forgot the lines in this movie and nobody talked about that? That's kind of crazy. But they played it off very well. But I seen that. I seen it for what it was. Now, mind you, I already had a spiritual awakening at this moment. Once this happened. Because it happens just like that for me. And okay, so yeah, we had to leave early too. We had to take a flight early. When we took the flight, this was around 5. We drove from the house from like 4. And then my hair's gonna get wet too because it's drizzling, but it's all good though. So yeah, we drove from the house around 4, and then we got there around 5 something to the airport. Because in Atlanta, if you don't know how to get to the airport early, you're gonna be stuck in traffic. And 2, it's packed. It's packed early. So if you don't know that, you're screwed. You're done. And then 2, we had an early flight to catch for that reason, because we didn't want to be stuck in traffic and all that. And then people traveling. And then the thing is too, that was Thanksgiving break. So you already know we got to be a step ahead. when we were in the car, actually before we left, I already prophesied I was going to throw up this day. I was going to throw up. And what's crazy, it came true. But anyways, we didn't get into that yet. As we're on the road, we're driving to we're driving to the airport. Mind you, I'm out, so when I say I'm out of my body, meaning that I'm outside of consciousness and I can see other people's consciousness reflecting itself back onto me. Meaning I can see what people are looking at before I look at them, but I see them looking at me because my frequency is just that it's out of the ordinary. It's like the auric field is so alleviating. It's so magnetizing. I don't want to use that word, but it has so much magnetism to the point to where people will attract their ego to where I am. And it's like they want to help. That sounded very narcissistic too. Excuse my ego for that. But I could just notice that. And it was crazy. But mind you, my mom doesn't even know who I am, first of all. She thinks I'm actually her son, but I am her son. But really, I'm just an observer of her ego. So I'm watching over my mom whenever she sees who I really am, once my YouTube channel actually does blow up. Then she'll really know the real me. Anyways, well, will she ever really know a cliffhanger? Because I don't even know who I am. Anyways, once that happened, we're in the airport. We have the TSA pre-check-in pass, whatever you call it. So because we don't want, for example, our family, we gotta get the top notch shit, no cap. But we're abundant like that because when I was 5 years old, I prophesied us to be abundantly wealthy forever. And that's why I worked so hard, because I had to make sure that, my mom does retire. And I will make sure you retire, Mom, because I love you just that much, because you're the best in the whole wide world. And that's the one thing too. When it comes to manipulation and deceitfulness of titles, I will be manipulated by that title called Mom, because I love her to death. I wouldn't be here without her. So I'll allow that. But now, when we were checking in and all that, I could see the women that worked there. They were looking at me because, for one, I'm 6'6", 6'7". So for one, when I'm aware of shit, because I tower over half the population anyways. No, I can't lie to you. When you sit next to me, you'll understand what I'm saying. But I'm a giant to a bunch of giants, literally, because it's like you're just looking at yourself through a higher enlightenment. But it's the way I feel. I feel tall. So it's like, you see me, I'm 6'7", 6'6", but it's like I feel that way. I'm not really that tall. I'm an illusion or projection. Now, when we got through that, I remember I did something to where, because you know how people, influencers, they'll make videos about TSA and how the way they get people to move faster or whatever, they had an attitude. I did something to where I forgot. I was just worried. I was out of my body. I was sick. Because for one, I had Papa John's, don't forget. So I put my shoes on the line to where you push the bags and stuff. I had my bag on the line, but I left it there and I walked away. She said, sir, we're not going to do that. We're not going to push your stuff for you. But I looked at her. And the man, they were like, it was crazy. She said it so loud. Everybody was looking at me. I'm like, oh, shit. But what's crazy, I stood there. And she did it for me. She did it for me. I said, why call me out? But you did it for me anyway. It was the craziest thing ever. Mind you, I'm so aware in the moment. It's all deja vu. I'm talking about this whole day was deja vu. But the thing is, too, it gets so deep. I was remembering this shit when I was 5 years old. So this moment happened last year. But I'm giving you the story time because when you understand timelines and dimensions in your mind and you throw it up, oh my God. So this whole, now, mind you, after that, she pushed it in for me. I got through the checkout, whatever, boom, boom, boom. Got my shoes on. And my mom's looking at my frequency too in my eyes. She's making conversation with me. And it's I understand what you're doing, because it's she knows there's something about me in my eyes, but she can't comprehend what it is. But I told my brother, hey, psychedelics, I'm on my body. And he's like, I got you. Boom. Fast forward, we get to the plane. We get on this plane, bro. That's where this shit gets bad. It was so bad to the point to where I thought I had to use the bathroom I probably got it 5 times. Mind you, I like being by the window because I like having the window up so I can see the different states and all that, or the different landmarks of states or states of minds. And as I was observing, mind you, I can see above the clouds. I'm seeing astrals, the quantum. I'm seeing the cosmos. I'm actually in the cosmos. Not only that, I'm looking up at the serious projection of star systems. I'm looking at different holograms or holographical grams of simulated multitudes of light codes and different simulations of dark codes combined through their own alchemistic or alchemizing frequencies of solutions to their problems. So as I'm looking, I'm like, oh my God, this shit crazy. Mind you, I was so bored, I closed the window. I wanted to meditate because I wasn't feeling good once again. Because if you're gonna have fungi on top of cheese and these parasites, that's when I knew parasites. Excuse me too for scratching my nose because I'm out of nature. All these different little insects and bugs, like they come near my face and all that. It is what it is. But once I understood parasites, energy vampires, leeches, worms, parasitic worms, that's when I knew they're in our food. So by Ben knew that, but I just didn't care because I was just so hungry, so I thought. Mind you, as I'm meditating, I had fungi on top of cheese. Bad combo. That's such a bad combo. And the thing is too, if my body is conscious of what it doesn't need to eat, it's gonna tell me we gotta throw this shit up. Mind you, I'm sitting. So we were in first class or close to first class, but in the rows. Oh my God. In the rows, my mom's, boom, on this side. My brother right here in the middle, I'm by the window. I had to get up. I thought I had to shit. I got into the bathroom. Nothing comes out. I was getting agitated. I was getting so agitated because I was like, fam, I can't use the bathroom. But that's when I learned about the parasites that exist within our food because they were playing psychiatric spells on my mind. And somebody would be like, bro, you sound crazy. That's the point. I sound so insane to insanity. That's how insane you are. I'm neither right nor wrong, by the way. Once that happened, I was in my body. I was observing myself inside of myself. It sounds weird, but it's like I'm conscious of my body when I should put into it. That's why I gotta drink water, all of that. But of course, too, my bad habits reflect on my face and all that too. But that's a different story for a different day. Anyways, I'm in the bathroom. Nothing came out, but I'm talking to myself. Mind you, as I'm so tall to the point to where I gotta duck as I'm overhead of this plane. And two, I don't like being around people as I'm on this frequency. Like when I'm at a higher enlightenment out of my mind, the frequency is so intense. I have to I shrink myself sometimes so I can feel comfortable because it's like, bro, it's too much. It's too much to even put into words, so I just feel it. Mind you, I'm feeling this, bro. It was so bad. Like that was I'm sweating. I'm trying to use the bathroom. I couldn't. I'm talking to Lucifer. I'm talking to Satan. I'm not saying it in a demonistic way or a demonology practice, but I'm saying it to the point to where my ego, I'm saying it to Satan. I'm saying it to the subconscious thought. Like, I'm like, no matter what, you will not make me feel like this. I'm going to get you out of my body. So I'm talking to the parasites in my body. And somebody be like, what do you even mean? If you don't understand, so for one, you got to research this shit. That's why cannibalism is legal for a reason. Because you are not eating what you think you're eating. You're eating feelings. You're eating thoughts. You're eating subconscious... You're eating subconscious enlightenments or titles. And through Papa John's, once I understood that it was sitting in my solar plexus. And I was at my crown chakra. Once I went inside in my lower self, I was talking to the entities and the thing is I'm watching them. It was so amazing. It's like anatomy or autonomy. I'm looking inside my body like, bro, you're hiding behind this cheese or whatever. I'm going to either poop you out or we're going to throw it up. Either way it goes, you're going to come out. But they wouldn't come out. That's when I understood they hide within our food, literally. And you are your food. Like, you are a walking production of what you eat. Went back to my seat. I'm like, bro, I don't feel good. My mom like, are you okay? My brother instantly knew. But then once my mom was watching her movie, I'm looking at my brother like, don't worry about me, all right? I said, I'm good, bro. I gotta go through this shit. It got so bad, a baby was crying. And I don't mean that in an insane way, but a baby was crying. And the thing is, too, the plane wasn't, we weren't going to like, no, we were just flying, elevating. It was peaceful, calm winds, all of that. But I'm going through so much. People are concerned about my well-being. Bathroom is steps ahead, light years ahead. So I had to walk and get up for my brother and my mom. And people are like, one of the flight attendants, she came by and was like, hey, are you okay? Do you need a bag or whatever? And I was like, yeah. Went back to the bathroom. Still could not shit. I'm talking about, bro, I was about to cry. I said, nigga, I ain't gotta use the bathroom. But I thought that. In my mind, I'm basically 20 steps ahead. So I'm fighting my subconscious consciously. And it was so bad to the point to where, bro, I was sweating. But the thing is, too, I had a jacket on, I had sweats on. But I came prepared. I had shorts underneath and a tank top. So the thing is, too, I knew I would throw up. But that's why if I threw up on my clothes, I had backup clothes. Enlightened. Once I became more enlightened of that enlightenment, I was just preparing for the trials and my tribulations. So I was revelating my own revelation. I went to the bathroom a third time. That's when the shit got bad, because I was sweating profusely. I don't know if that's a word, but intensely. Make sure my, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right. Once that happened, went back to my seat. And then once I went back to my seat, my mom and my mom looking like, are you okay? Like, she was worried. She paused the movie and was like, as a mom should, but she was like, are you okay? And then the thing is, the flight attendant, she didn't have to. I appreciate her. She was a white woman, by the way. But women gonna be women regardless. She stood next to our seat just to make sure. So she gave me more bags and she gave me a free drink. Well, you get free drinks regardless. But she told us we didn't have to. Yeah, anyways. Yeah. It's like, what? We didn't have to pay for it. But it's like, do you have to really pay for the drinks when they're given to you on the flight? Yeah, that's a part of like the courtesy of the flight, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So she was standing next to us and she didn't have to. And that's the thing too. Whenever I take the downloads or I take cheat codes, I like to be with self, because I like to go through shit by myself to really experience the unexperienced or the incomprehensible experiences of our subconscious thoughts. I got back to my seat. Mind you, the whole time I'm meditating. So as I'm in the bathroom, I'm in my chair. I'm gonna say it one more time. The third time I went to the bathroom, I'm in my seat. So I'm watching myself in the seat, but I didn't sit in my seat yet. I'm still using the bathroom, but nothing's coming out. But I'm visualizing myself being like, I'm basically 10 steps ahead of my subconscious ego. So I was meditating in Almighty God's mindset. I'm talking about, so as I went back to my seat, I'm sitting in my chair. I'm like, man, I don't feel good. Like, it was bad. The person in front of me, they were like, are you okay? Like, everybody kept asking, are you okay? I'm like, bro, leave me alone. That's what was making me more anxious, more stressed, because I was like, bro, so many thoughts. It's just so many thoughts, bro. Mind you, I sit there, I'm with self. And the thing is, too, it's like I'm visualizing this shit right now. I'm living through this. It's so crazy. It's amazing. I'm in my chair, by the window, I closed the window, chilling, had a jacket on. I'm wanting to go through this. I was like, leave me alone. I'm good. Meditating. As I'm meditating, I now go into the mind of Christ. I go into the mind of Christ. Once I figured out, so you can say Jesus Christ, Yeshua, whatever you want to call your higher self. I go into my higher self, the ascendant masters of ascension of mastery. Once I go into that ascension, I threw it up. The thing is, I got so out of my body, so high into my mind, I was observing the timeline of the Messiah right now. Meaning that so basically me, I was prophesizing my own success by succeeding through my failures and making mistakes. And the thing is too, I looked good while doing it. I'm saying that with humility. Why? Because for one, if you're a handsome man, I do perceive myself as handsome, but I mean that with love. I don't mean that to be egotistical, but I feel like I look so good to the point where people just wanted to give me shit just because. Like, for example, if I was ugly or what, if I was hideous, They don't give a fuck. Like, oh, you ugly. We don't care about you. But yeah, so I'm meditating as I'm going within my mind. I'm watching timelines from BC, AD. I'm talking about I'm astral projecting on a plane. I'm lucid dreaming above the planes of existence. So I'm in a plane, in a higher plane, while on a plane. Imagine that plane of existence. I'm looking at the simulation on the hologram that we live in. I'm seeing every fractal illusion of thoughts. I'm actually looking at egos. I'm hearing thought processes. So I'm hearing, actually not even that, I'm seeing telekinesis. So I'm practicing my intuitive gifts. So everybody on that plane, I could feel their thoughts from the top of the plane to the back. I'm hearing them. Once the baby started crying, that's when I knew like this shit got deep, because it's all frequency. So the baby felt bad because, for one, I was watching the baby, and somebody had a baby too. They were, as I'm in my chair right now, this person and their family, they were in a seat, not this row, but the row above. Yeah, the row above. So not the row in front of me, but like the row to the left of me, or in front of me. They had a family. The baby was asleep the whole entire time. I was observing this shit. Baby's sleeping too. But as I'm about to throw up, because before I even do that, my face, I'm like, oh shit, I could feel it. I'm talking about, yeah, I'm finna throw up. But the baby looking like I could feel the baby's energy. And it was crazy when it started crying. I'm thinking to myself, there's nothing to cry about. But it was sleeping. The baby was sleeping and it cried. Because why? Look at what I'm going through. But that's what happens when you're omnipresent. So the Almighty's in all of us, for one, subconsciously and consciously. I knew that. But what's crazy, don't forget, I took these downloads hours. Like I took that at 4 or 3. Actually, I took that at 3 a.m. This is now, we're in the afternoon by this point. As I'm already on my body, we didn't even land in Miami yet. So the plane is like, for example, it got so bad, my mom was doing everything she could to like land the plane. I said, no, land the plane whenever you land the plane. The flight attendant wanted to do whatever she could to the people who were operating the plane. She wanted to stop the plane too, but I was like, no, you can't. First of all, you can't stop a plane in mid-air. On top of that, land, I have to feel this. Leave me alone. I'm self-aware what I'm going through. I'm 20 years, like, for example, I seen this shit when I was 5 years old. Y'all are just basically background characters to my movie. I'm observing my movie through my own production of time. So what time am I really in right now? And then the thing is too, as we're about to land, or as we are landing, had this bag in my hand, just like this. Had a bag, but it was like a plastic bag. Opened it. Mind you, I'm in timelines, Atlanteans, Pleiadians. I'm looking at every higher deity that's not known or known to mankind. I made teachings on most of them too, but in the Deadpool and Wolverine teaching, there's a whole list of them too, but there's more. There's an infinite multitude of all of them. But I'm watching them. I'm seeing them. Like, I was looking at how these Nephilim, these reptilians, if you want to call them, these alpha draconians or whatever you want to call them, I'm watching them scour. Not even just that, but the dark spiritual presence of their omnipresent self. I'm watching them just form themselves, formless beings, by the way. It's like genie. I'm watching them and these people. So it made me feel bad, because I'm like, you feel bad for me, it's making me feel more bad for myself. Because why do you feel bad for me? You don't know me and you're feeling sorry for me. Don't feel sorry. Just get the help and go help yourself. Leave me alone. Had the bag. Once all the consciousness started rushing in, I'm seeing infinity, but it's happening simultaneously. I couldn't even explain to you what it looks like through this video, but imagine seeing the beginning and the ending currently, all at once. But not even just that, I'm seeing it as I'm living it. I'm living in every linear phase of life, observing ages, different extinctions of time, it was amazing, bro. I was watching the beginning of Nephilim form themselves into celebrities or people, schools. I'm just watching this shit. I'm watching the end of times, but time can't end. So when time does end for our simulation, a new phase of life will blossom. We can't die. As I was just in the infinite vacuum of my mind, I was observing. I was walking into a room. This shit crazy. I opened the door. Before I threw up, opened the door. I'm looking at astral entities, embodiments of higher ascended masters who are also demonic frequencies. I'm networking with them. But as we close the door, we're all simulated anyways. But there is no 20 feet. They're for one, what I seen, they're taller than 100 feet. So it's like tall figures basically. They're tall as they're giants, literally and figuratively. Like their spirit is crazy. I'm in a room with these giants. Like, for example, Jesus, Lucifer, Buddha, Mother Nature. I'm with all the monks, all the warlocks, wizards, Lucifer, like Luciferians, Satanists. So as I'm looking into the thing is too, it's all energy. When I went into the room, I was observing every firmament known to mankind that they keep a secret. And there's so many secrets in my mind. I was like above the base of the moon, knowing that the base is nothing but a linear phase or a holographic base for beings to land on, so that they can project our subconscious thoughts into the now. But our thoughts never existed into the now, because if you go into the moon and you actually see what they're doing to your mind on the moon, you will see yourself, you will see your frequency being, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a noogie. They're basically telling you, yeah, you see what's there, right? But you can't do nothing about it. So the moon keeps you stuck in this simulation. I seen that. I'm seeing above the heavens. I'm seeing above what heaven looks like. Once I seen that, I keep scratching my nose too. Just ignore me. I'm just making sure no bugs, like little flies and stuff flying into my nose hairs, all that. So just excuse me, because I know somebody's like, why you keep doing that? But yeah, it's a habit too. It's like, it's a download too. What's crazy, if you scratch your nose a lot, it's a download. Cause I'm trying to make sure this story makes sense. But as I'm looking into these different mindsets, it's all mindset, by the way, in my mind. I'm literally, because at this point too, last year, I was already at the 8th dimension. But seeing the 9th dimension was my breakthrough. Once I broke through the 9th dimensional wall of what I seen, like, do humans, just the humans alone, just humans. Forget celebrities, politicians, forget governments, forget conglomerates of 13-year-old families, forget all of that. Once I seen what humans are, I threw up. Threw up into the bag. What's crazy, I damn near missed majority of the bag. But as I'm throwing up downloads. The baby's crying to the left of me. People are looking like, poor baby. And my mom's looking like, are you okay? Can somebody get my son? Like, she just saying all these different things. But here's what I peeped too. But anyways, I'm throwing up. And it's like, when I threw it up, I'm throwing up information. I'm throwing up parasites. All these down, it was crazy. I can see it right now. I got the bag in my hand. And the thing is too, we landed at this point, but we couldn't get off yet. As I'm looking, for one, my mom didn't want to be embarrassed, so she did walk. And what's crazy, I don't want to make it sound like she's a bad person, but I'm honest though. This is what I seen. So my mom and my brother, they walked off, but I'm not going to sit here and say they walked off for an apparent reason of embarrassment, but they did feel embarrassed, which is cool. Me, I was by myself basically. So once they got up and left, because they won't tell like it is, but it's okay. I still love them either way it goes. Like, I don't feel no type of way about it, because I would be embarrassed too if I didn't know myself. But it's their ego, so I forgive them. It's their ego. Once I was by myself in the seat, I cleaned myself up, but took out the jacket, took out my sweats, had a tank top, some shorts, and then they cleaned the mess up behind me. I just said I'm sorry, all that, and had the bag in my hand, had my clothes right here too. Throw up all over it, but I covered it up. I'm walking to the airport, the Miami airport this time, and I got my clothes in my hand, and I can see people sitting there. That's what made it even worse too. I'm walking, like, mind you, I'm 6'6", 6'7". I'm having a spiritual awakening. The moment I knew when I was 5 years old, I'm basically out of my body, but the Almighty is literally walking with me the whole entire time. That's why I walk by faith, not by sight. And like the Almighty was sitting there with me the whole entire time, guiding me, holding my hand. My mom and my brother, they left me to go get the bags. Oh yeah, because they went to go get the bags and stuff ready because I wasn't feeling good. So yeah, they didn't leave me out of embarrassment per se, but like my mom was so determined to get us to our aunt's house. I made that sound so bad, but yeah, see, just listen. Cause so I thought. I was so like, damn, they left me, but they didn't. My mom went to go, and my brother, they went to go get, cause we had to go get a rental car to go get our bags put into the car to go to our aunt's house. And when I was walking by myself to the bathroom, of course, I'm a man, I'm cool. Everybody looking at me sitting down. What's crazy, I'm hovering over the whole airport damn near. So I'm just speeding through it. But what's crazy, it's like I'm walking casually. And people like, what the fuck is going on? What happened on that flight? And of course the mess was made, all that shit, it's cool. But boom, went to the bathroom, looked at myself, looked into my eyes, and I was just like, bro, you're okay. You're good. Wiped the sweat from my face. I said, I love you, bro. Like, I was smiling. I went through so many emotions, I went through so much beauty. I was in heaven while experiencing hell. I'm talking about, and that's the thing too, I want to provide y'all with so much information that I thought I knew, but it was so many downloads I won't be able to articulate till I get older. That's how much information I threw up. It was so much, like I'm looking at Papa John's on my lap. So I threw up Papa John's, but the information on top of that made it even worse. But I can see the parasites in the Papa John's, and they're tiny. I can see their frequency because I killed them mentally. Once I killed them mentally and spiritually, like I was going through spiritual warfare, so it was like Bleach. I was sitting there, like, so for example, I was sitting there, like I was by myself fighting demons. I was fighting demons, bro. This shit make a grown man cry. So we got to the car, and we're driving to our aunt's house. Fast forward, we get to our aunt's house. She already knows what's going on. I sit on her couch, like we walked through. She's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm good." They give me ginger ale or water, whatever. I lay on the couch. You know, I'm getting better now because my stomach hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. But like they went to go get stuff for food. They went to either Hobby Lobby or I don't know where they went. But they went somewhere down the street. But they gave me space though, and I appreciate that. Because I think my mom does watch. I don't know if she does or I don't know. But they gave me space because they know I love my solitude. And whenever I was in the house, like my aunt's house, they have a dog as well. My cousin wasn't there either. But, because she was at work. The dog was in the room. I was too sick to even let the dog out. But it was already let out. And the door was closed. And what's crazy, I'm not scared of dogs. I love dogs. But I was on the couch. And I was, once again, now it's like, okay, you went through that phase. Here's some more. Because don't forget, I'm still having a spiritual awakening. So every hour, I am ascending and descending in my mind. I got up. I had socks on. I was drinking some, whatever it was, water or ginger ale, whatever. I was drinking it. I went to the kitchen for when I took a nap too. But as I'm taking a nap, I'm observing my nap. Just digest that real quick. As I'm taking a nap, I'm observing the nap. So I'm watching myself nap through the nap. And then once that happened, I got up. Everything that happened, I knew was going to happen. But I had to watch it happen to tell you this right now. It's amazing how the ego works. The subconscious is programmed by higher programmers. I can't make this shit up. I was in the kitchen for some reason, just standing there. I slipped on the back. I slipped and hit my head on the floor. Knocked out. I don't know how long I was knocked out. The dog was barking. So the dog felt what I went through, but it was behind the door. But the thing is though, I was like, boom! I said, what the fuck? And like, I was okay though. And of course, I had my hair and all that too. But I got hit in the head, and then I was still awake. I was still conscious. I was like, damn, that shit kind of hurt. But then that's when I realize, bro, you're an illusion. You are in an illusion. And the thing is too, once I came down from my elevator effect, I went right back, laid there, and then the dog was like barking, but the barks were like, hey, I see you. Are you okay? You fell down. Like, the dog is letting me know, are you still alive? But it wasn't talking in English. So the thing is, if you don't have animals, you wouldn't even comprehend animal languages, because they're linguistics. Logistics. Their etymology of language isn't comprehensible. And once I understood that I was trying to figure out what the fuck that was, but it's a title, it doesn't matter. Once I understood that the dog was barking for my safety, I love myself way more. And the sun's rising, crazy. And my family came back, they checked up on me. And of course, they didn't really understand. Well, my brother understood, but they didn't understand what I was going through. And what's crazy, what I went through, I'm talking so fast right now, but what I went through is what I am going through today. Because as you're spiritually ascending, goes to all my people who want to be spiritually awakened. Like, if you want to be an influencer, a teacher, a mentor, a coach, whatever the case may be, I learned to be authentically myself. I learned to love myself, appreciate every program known to man, because life is a journey and experience. I went through so many phases in that whole time of November that it became the man I am today, because it helped me realize that when you are mentally healing your ego, you can throw up your past, your trauma, your pain, the feelings of what you thought you were feeling, the love that you have for yourself. I love myself so much, I wouldn't trade any of this shit for the world. And even now, so the thing is too, after that, my day just went smooth after that, because I came down, was just chilling with my family after that. But once I understood from that whole trip, was when I left my body, I understood that Almighty God is the best celestial parent of all time, because this parent will govern our minds through the government's mind, and it will teach us their ways of bullying, tough love. I understood that the beings that scour or that form, they're formless entities, by the way. So the jinn, all these parasites, excuse me, downloads for confirmation. I understood that the beings that walk the earth, these species, they're so ascended beyond a technical, logical advancement of technology. They're so ahead in technology, we're catching up daily. They're ahead. They're here right now without even being here. The thing is, though, they wouldn't expose themselves. So it's like, for example, optical illusions. I could say I'm smacking them right now, but so they actually present themselves at a higher frequency, you're hitting nothing but air. But once you're in a physical setting to where they're there, then you'll know who's really watching you at all times. Which is why you can never fear. I don't want to make this video too long either, but it feels like I've been talking for an hour, but it's only 40-some minutes. But it's like, you cannot be scared to die. I died so many times. I died so many times in that predicament. It was amazing. I'm talking about, I observed my phase. I observed after myself dying physically. I observed my family. I was observing higher families. I was watching I was the plane, observing the plane, and planes flying to whatever location they were locating in. And then the things I'm talking about now, I was getting smarter. I was getting so smart, I threw up ignorance. I literally threw up ignorance and I washed it on my lap. It was on my clothes. And I had to, of course, I enjoyed that moment. I enjoyed that moment with my family for Thanksgiving and all that as well. But I wanted to go through that because when I was 5 years old, I had a dream that I went through that. I never went through that. So this whole story time, I lied to you through my truth. That's why I'm honest about it. Because I had an experience like that last year. My brother would tell you, my mom would tell you. But either way it goes, that never happened. It was just a past of my dream state. And when I was 5, when I had a deja vu moment like that, I was astral projecting, seeing my past, and I was observing myself in my room, dreaming of the moment that I had last year. And it was just outrageous how time moves so fast when you're having fun, when you're present. And when I was just young, and the thing is too, don't feel bad. You probably feel so many emotions right now through this video. Don't feel bad for me ever. Why? I'm gonna always be okay. And that's the thing. Even if I had tears, even if I get mad, if I get publicly humiliated, if I get slandered, I'll be okay. It's all an experience anyways. I don't care. All I care about is loving myself and the people around me. And I healed my younger self. As I was in my room watching myself from a higher point of view in my mind as I was 25. I was 25 at the time. So I'm 26 right now. And somebody's like, what, you're 26? Contradict everything, question everything. I can't age, family. I have no age. My identity is at the level of 26, but I'm eons ahead of my life. So basically, my mindset exists in like the realm 6,000. Like I exist eons or centuries ahead of 2024. So I'm not even present, even though I'm present. But I'm presenting you a gift of consciousness. Because who am I? Anyways, I am that I am. And then once I was observing myself, basically I'm in my room right now. So I have a door to my room. It's quiet. You hear the crickets, you hear cars. But guess what? The light's on. But when it's daytime, my nightlight is on. Do I get scared of the dark? No. Why? I can't be afraid of myself in the dark because who am I through ignorance? That's exactly why the light bearer is walking and he turned the light on and said, wait a minute, I have an idea. I'm going to walk and be myself in a room full of deceitful ways of darkness or my shadow side. On the other side of my shadow side was my enlightenment. And I stepped into those doors in my mind of dimensions. I was able to basically become the mentor of mentorings of mentorers. I was mentoring higher mentors of what they thought they knew. And they were teaching me, I was teaching them. But the thing is though, I don't know anything. And I don't care to know anything. That's the problem. When I understood that, I became more logical through divine introspection. I was able to reincarnate into different lifetimes. Meaning that, for example, I could see myself being present with people who look up to me, who are inspired by me. I see myself taking pictures with so many people. Right now, I'm manifesting for you. Take notes. And the thing is, too, I'm appreciative of everything. Why? I'm just being myself. Social media, I hear you. Whoever's in my room right now. But social media is such a gift that you can post years ago and people 5 years from now will just catch up to what you said 5 years ago or 7 years ago, 8 years ago. That's how powerful the internet is. And when I was 5, I understood that the internet was going to be what it was, but I didn't know how to use it. I was always following a wave, following what I wanted to be. But now that I know, I am the wave creating my own tide. But the thing is though, once my tide dies down, I'm gonna build myself right back up because I have a high rise of ascension. And when I was a kid, I can see myself just, can y'all stop flying near me? All these mosquitoes and shit. I need to get bug spray. Remember, note to self, get bug spray. But I could see myself when I was 7, 8, 9, 10 through 15, 20, 21, 26. So basically, I can see my life at 30, 40, 50, 70, 60. And the thing is too, I can observe two ways to go about life. I can go to the left or to the right, but I choose to stay straight. Peace, logic. I decide to stand. It's like what's those daredevils that, imagine high towers or sky rises, and somebody had a line of, like a line, or like a wire of a line from one tower to the next, and they're walking on it and people are recording it. That's what I walk on. I'm walking on logic, balancing myself out. If I fall, that's the enemy. And I knew that when I was going to see the Messiah, because the thing is too, Jesus has no name. Yeshua has no name as well. That's exactly why if you come on my channel and you think that I'm going to give you facts, you came to the wrong place, my nigga. I'm neither right nor wrong. And once I understood that, once I knew that, you feel what I'm saying? Once I understood that, I knew that as a child, I had to raise myself up to be the man that I am today. Meaning that the things that I know didn't just come from sitting on the internet all day, or being on YouTube, or looking up to celebrities, or following a wave. I was literally and figuratively prophesizing myself in the now, building myself up unconsciously to the point to where I went through so much hell. And what I did was too, I put myself through hell so that once I went through it, I was able to understand that, you know what, God, you got to go through these things to teach somebody that's going through the same exact thing. That's why I can never get mad at what I went through or what I did and what I did not do. Why? Because somebody is going through what I did and what I didn't and did and are doing. They're going through all those three phases right now, to where they don't have an outlet to go to. That's why YouTube is all they got. YouTube is my Bible. So the Bible is really nothing but a reflection of your thoughts. You are reading your Bible right now. So start a YouTube channel. It's the best thing in the world. Why? You can get paid $10K a month just to be yourself. You tell me you don't want to do that? And the thing is too, if I'm going to manifest some more law of attraction, I understood that I can attract anything I want. So I had to practice it. And the thing is too, not let lust control my life. By love to lust, because I'm lusting after myself. But the thing is too, lust can be my demise, which is why women can't be my downfall. Because it's like, shit, you look good, I look good. You want to mentally have a conversation. But what are we conversing about if we're not talking with words? That's exactly why to court a woman, you don't have to go to a class to learn how to court women. You can't just sit here and be a man. And the thing is too, this is for all my men as well. As a man, as a little boy, as a teenager, preteen, doesn't matter what age you are, you don't need a father to be a father figure. But I'm lying to you by saying that. Because of course you can have a father and be a father figure, but there are some fathers who are still little boys trying to be a figure in your life. Once you're a father figure, for one, my dad didn't teach me this shit. I met my dad when I was 18 years old. But either way it goes, I still love him for whatever he did and did not do. Why? You made me realize what I will not be as a dad. It's just that simple. And I have no kids either. But I have to have tough love for myself. I went through so many things in my life to the point to where that moment on the plane, and that plane of existence, helped me see so many timelines to the point to where no matter who I come across, I will know your existence. I will know you. And don't let me have downloads in my system either. If I have downloads and I'm fasting on retention, if I meditated too, oh my God, I'm going to project what you think about and you can't say to yourself. And you'll be like, how do you know me without even me telling you who I am? I am that I am. Once your mind becomes conscious of the subconscious program of self, like right now, I'm alive and dead at the exact same time. Once I see you and I know your whole exist, like the thing is too, it happens in like less than 5 minutes. So it can be a minute, seconds, 5 minutes. It's all a gift of the Most High. But the thing is too, I don't sit at a 3D dimension, but I do. But I don't mentally, meaning that I went past the 9th dimension, that once I looked beyond the walls and I went to where the walls are hiding in and the beings hiding behind the walls, I stand behind the walls to observe myself on the other side of the wall, because I'm looking at myself on the other side of the wall. And drizzling, understand though, once I understood that, I was able to Be aware of the room and the roommates that I was living in. We're all roommates. We're all support groups of ourselves, which is why no matter what, if you are going through anything, be yourself. Right now it's about to rain. Either way it goes, I don't know how is it rain. For one, rain is generated once again, but that's a different topic for a different day. Anyways, yeah, if you're still here watching this, I appreciate you. And comment below. Be authentic if you're still here. If you are at the timeline or timestamp of 5028, be authentic. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more divine messages. And I did mess up throughout this whole video, but it's okay though. I'm just growing up. I'm just becoming a man. But don't envy me. Don't be jealous of me. Don't look up to me. Hey, don't rain on my parade. Hold on. But yeah, do not look up to me. Don't sit here and think that, oh, this person knows what they're talking about. No, I'm projecting what you already know about yourself, God. I am just a example of what to do and what not to do. That's why I go through some shit. But I do know right from wrong, because what is right from wrong when it's universally made through a physical construct of man-made perceptions of thoughts, through a process of man-made processes of subterranean entities pretending to be human beings. Because what are you being as a human being when you're not even a human being, but you're being God through a subterranean format of higher ascended deities? But anyways, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I love you so much. Have a great, wonderful day, God and Goddess.